Hey guys, and this is part 4 of my rankings now, and I have to say we're actually getting through these quicker than I thought we would. Alright, now we'll be starting with number 39, which is Captain America Winter Soldier Dossier Edition. This is probably the biggest comic book that I've got, actually. I mean, 13 issues in one. It takes up a bit of your time, but it's definitely time well spent, if I had to say. It satisfies any Captain America fan, and it definitely brings you into his world and see how he's seeing the world when he's facing foes such as Red Skull and Crossbones and Winter Soldier. But when he comes face to face with the Winter Soldier in this, it basically is the grounding source material for Captain America the Winter Soldier back in 2014. And you can definitely see how that film ended up so good if it's got something like this to come from. Number 38, DC Universe Rebirth, Batwoman, Volume 2, Wonderland. As I already said, I'm a big Wonder Woman fan. Wonder Woman? Sorry, Batwoman. Sorry, that's having another special moment. But I'm a big Batwoman fan, and Wonder Woman. But it definitely gives her a bigger problem to deal with in this issue, as she has to face more threatening foes and really come to terms with her past as well. With it, we see the return of a few fan favorites. Other than Batwoman, we do see the return of Scarecrow, who's usually a Batman villain, but he worked really well as a foe to Batwoman. And to be fair, in this one we also get the main villain for Season 1 of Batwoman, Alice. But I've got to say, if Alice is Season 1's villain, I wouldn't actually mind seeing Scarecrow for Season 2's villain. Or, actually I would probably want to see Lady Shiva as well. I think that would be pretty cool. Alright, 37. Invincible Iron Man, The War Machines. This was actually my first Iron Man one as well. The artwork is very different from what I usually have. We see Tony in a new sense of light, but we also see from what we see of Spider-Man in this, it's like we see a suit that's very similar to the Iron Spider suit in Infinity War, which is a nice touch as well. Having 6 issues in here, it definitely has you second guessing what you think would happen in the next issue. But it definitely satisfies your need for anything from the Armored Avenger. Number 36. New 52 Flash, Volume 1, Move Forward. Not only is this my first Flash comic book, it's my first comic book in general, as my sister gave it to me for Christmas. Now, Flash is my favourite DC hero, and this definitely satisfied my need to see the Flash kicking bad guys' asses at supersonic speeds. As we see him face ghosts from his past, as well as a new version of Captain Cold, who doesn't need a cold gun, and we also see the new origins of Gorilla Grodd. It's definitely worth a read, and it really is a solid add to any comic book fan's collection. Number 35. Venom, Planet of the Symbiotes. Now, I've heard about this storyline several times, but I hadn't actually read it until I'd gotten it. And I have to say, for a Venom storyline, the artwork is quite different from what I'd usually see. But it does still keep Venom as fairly violent anti-hero who has to deal with his race. Not only that, we also see Scarlet Spider, who's a Spider-Man clone, or Ben Reilly, as he's also called. Not only that, we see the return of Venom's spawn, Carnage, but in a more powerful sense, as let's just say he gets bigger in bulk. Number 34. Dark Knight's Metals, The Resistance. Now, I haven't read too many of these Dark Knight's Metals ones. I've only read 2 of them, which is this one and my first one. But I am genuinely liking them so far, seeing darker versions of Batman and seeing a more grotesque side of some of DC's most prominent characters. I definitely think this is worth a read, and it satisfies any DC fan's need for a darker tone from what they're originally used to. Number 33, DC Universe Rebirth Suicide Squad Volume 1, The Black Vault. If you're a Suicide Squad fan, then this definitely will satisfy your need for it, as we see the return of several members of the Suicide Squad, not just in the film, but also in the team in general. Deadshot, Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, etc. It'll keep you satisfied through every read of it. Plus, this is the sort of thing that the film should have adapted to. While the team definitely has some sore spots for them, it is by far worth a read. And I have to say, I think it is probably better than... This kind of Suicide Squad is better than what the film was. Number 32. The New 52 Batman Volume 2, City of Owls. A solid sequel to the first issue, Court of Owls, but it really brings you into a new sense of Batman's past, revealing a few things that not even hardcore Batman fans would have known. To be fair, I was surprised at it as well. But we do also see the origins of someone who would become a fairly new member of the Bat family, being Bluebird. It's a solid sequel, but the first one is still better than this one, I would say. And that goes for the third issue as well. But I still do like reading it. Number 31. DC Universe Rebirth, Nightwing, Volume 1, Better Than Batman. Now trust me, you've got to have some balls to say that you're better than Batman. But Nightwing is definitely... He's definitely in a solid ring to say that. But I don't think he'd actually be brave enough to say it out loud. Either way, it definitely shows how Nightwing can do as a solo hero other than being Batman's shadow. As we see him face new threats, and really shows how he deals with being a solo hero while also dealing with new problems and some fairly bigger problems that he'll have to face down the line. Number 30. Venom Homecoming. This was my first Venom comic book, actually, and even though it doesn't officially have Eddie Brock as Venom, I still enjoyed it very much. It brought Venom back to his original roots as being a villain instead of an anti-hero. I don't mind him being an anti-hero, but I always did enjoy seeing him as incredibly violent supervillain. As we see the newest host for the Venom symbiote, Lee Price, as Venom, it really brings him back to his original roots and helps him to really prove to the readers that he's still capable of being fully dangerous, even no matter who the host is. But that's about it for today, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment what you think down below. And I'll be back on Monday to give you more videos. See you guys.